Um, yeah, I've just picked up the Easy 8 from Tamiya 135, so that'll be done at some point next year. So, yeah, there you go. Job done.
Nice one, mate. I forgot to
Nice
ask
job too.
everybody else on panel today.
Oh,
So,
Bob.
in fact, no, let me get a Bob.
That's showing off.
I'm not going to show anything today. I'm really not. Bob, good morning to
Good
you.
morning.
Oh, look, he's got a tiger moth.
Now, for followers of the channel, you'll know I'm kind of in love with Bob. One day I hope to marry Bob because he's just a fantastic modeler.
Yeah.
Have you told Bob this yet?
He knows now. Bob,
But the question is, does your missus know, Terry?
she doesn't need to know. I only say hello
What
to
are
her
the-
at Christmas.
What are the point? Does Bob's missus know?
King Bob, how's your Christmas been? Are you well, sir?
I'm glad it's over.
Me too. What have you got for us?
Well, I can't pull everything I did in last year. We'll be here for 6 hours. So I grabbed a couple that are handy. This is my little 172nd F22 Revell monogram one.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
This is a fairly inexpensive kit. You can usually pick it up for like $20.
Thing is, it doesn't look like a $20 kit. That looks like, if I was going to, $50 easily. So, sorry, what brand was it?
It's a
Manufacturer?
Revell
Revell.
172nd scale. F22.
There's another thing as well. I hear a lot of people online just slagging off Revell recently, and I've built a few kits by them, and I've not had a problem with them. I thought they've all been really good.
Everybody's got their stinkers. I mean, you just work with what you got. That's part of modeling. So I grabbed that, and these two are exclusives. Have not been shown online yet.
Oh,
Wow.
This is an AMT 67 Camaro Z28 that I built to resemble the one that my uncle had.
Right.
Of course, it was all sun faded, so the teal or turquoise that his car was is more blue in real life. We got it all beefed up underneath, just like his was.
We've got a guy after your own heart on the panel as well. Paul Price is well into his cars. What do you think, Paul?
it's beautiful.
Small tire dragster. We got the light pipe just like his had on it. The only real visual difference is that his had what's called a doghouse or mailbox scoop instead of the snorkel scoop that I got on there. So there's that one.
I know sometimes you light your kits up, Bob. Is that lit up as well?
No, that one is not. I pretty much only do that for sci-fi. And then this one is definitely no one has seen it in person yet.
Oh, 300C stretch.
That's ace.
This started life as 3 different 300C kits.
So that's basically a kit bash.
Yeah. He stretched it. Added a vinyl top to it.
Beautiful.
And then there's the underside.
How did you do the vinyl top to make it look all patterned?
I use a stipple acrylic paint and I stipple it as I put it on. It gives it that texture.
So just as it's drying, you give it a stipple.
Yep.
That's good to know.
I got this extra gnarly brush that I've been using for years for doing just that. It's all chewed up. It works great for that. For jabbing it down into the paint.
This year has been a big year as well. I don't want anyone to take that the wrong way, but we did have Hobby Barn. We did lose Hobby Barn, so I know a lot of people did builds for that. I'm going to be showing my Hobby Barn build shortly.
Right. I'll just duck down and get my one.
Excellent, mate. And I wanted to get in on this show and tell show. some of the stuff that we've built in honour of Hobby Barn. That's Terry Thacker, Terry Senior, as we knew him. I mean, I'm a Terry as well.
This is what I got for Christmas: the Eddard Trophy Pack MiG-21.
Oh, nice.
Can't fault Edward. Do you say Eddard or Edward?
Eddard is a.
Eddard.
There's no W in there.
They're just making some sublime kits, and well, always have, according to
Yeah.
my shops.
So yeah, that was what I got for Christmas. Was that kit? And then for our club show coming up in the end of March,
Yep.
I'm building this 71 Demon. The only rule for this build is I have to start with this kit. I can do whatever I want with it. I have to start with this kit.
I can't wait to see how that comes out.
So we've cut the chassis in half and kit bashed it with a Pro Street Nova kit, and then I'm using a 3D printed engine in it, and I've got different wheels.
Sorry, Bob, can I see the underside again? That looked ace.
Tubbed
So
rear
how
end.
have you done that mottled metal look?
That's painted with silver paint, and then I do a black wash on it and whatnot.
Brilliant.
Yeah, this is two different chassis. The Dodge chassis ends right here, and the rest of it back is actually from a '66 Nova.
Excellent. I'd just love to know about different paint techniques. Hopefully one day it'll stick in my head when I do one.
My camera doesn't like to zoom in that much, but yeah, it's just painted silver and dry brushed with black.
Got it. She's just focused in. Brilliant.
In fact, it still says GM on the part. I have to take the GM off. There, I switch it over. It still says GM on the back part of the chassis.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Trademark GM. The kit. Excellent. So that's going to be one of your builds for 2025.
Yeah, that's our Midwest Model Vehicle Show is at the end of March, and that was their theme build for this show is that car. So I'm building it for that. But other than that, still working on this V2. I don't know when it'll ever get done. I've got it in primer. I just got to sit down and paint it.
I meant to ask you as well before when you first showed me that, and well, I've seen it on your channel as well. Does it come with motor detail on that?
Well, it was originally a
motor.
3D print, but it was designed to be actual flying rocket. So it's got the hole in for the motor to go in the bottom.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I got it all smoothed and painted and primed, but now I just got to paint it.
So are you going to be putting some gunpowder in that?
No. I have a poor record with flying rocket models.
I wouldn't be able to help myself with mine.
They leave the pad. They usually only ever leave the pad one time.
Bob, thank you so much, my friend.
You're welcome.
Right, let's split this up again. Paul, did you want to show us your Hobby Barn build?
Just a moment. Yeah, hopefully this will be around the right way.
And then we'll go to mine. You're on big screen, mate. Wow. Right, tell us all about it, Paul.
Yeah.
I forget actually what kit it is.
67 Chevelle
That's the one.
AMT.
Yep. With all the extra bits thrown into it.
I should finish mine. I started, I just haven't finished it.
That's a great kit for any kind of kit bashing you want to do because it has a plethora of really nice parts in it.
And lots of dust.
I'll say it again in case you're wondering what these are. People from literally all over the world built tribute models for Terry Thacker, who sadly passed away this year. I've done a couple as well. This is Paul's. The decal sheets. What happened was there was some decal sheets produced, and they were available from people's local
STS
Yes,
in the
STS,
States.
STS in the States, and Alex Mann's store in the UK. I don't know if there's any still available actually, but it was a great
Yes, some in stock.
set.
In STS, there are. If
I
anybody,
think I got 5 sheets left.
if anybody across the pond needs one, let me know. I can get them and mail them to them. It's not a big deal.
But it was a really cool set of decals. There was some original stuff on there that you could put on just about any model kit, from tanks to aircraft to cars.
have.
It wasn't just about the cars, even though Terry was a massive car fanatic. That's just glorious, mate. It really is. Superb job.
Thank you.
I don't want to show mine now. Excuse me. Right, let's split the screen up again and go to me. What have I been up to this year? Well, there's
No,
me
you have
thinking I haven't actually finished anything, and I have. I finished 4 or 5 models this year. And when I say finished, I don't mean completely finished. I don't think any model is ever finished with the model that he thinks is finished, because you're always going back to it thinking, oh, I could do this, I could do that. So I'm going to go camera over here. There we go. And this is mine. I've always wanted to do a proper RC car, and I got loads of help from Lord Peter Webster. Big shout out, Lord Peter. I hope you're well, and I hope you've had a great Christmas, mate. He gave me loads of advice on RCing this thing. It's to my 1 to 10 scale. Or was it 1 to 12? Can't remember now. Pretty sure it's 1 to 10. 1 to 10 scale Mustang GT4 in bespoke colours. I tried to do it the colour scheme that was in the kit, but I absolutely maffed it up. People who followed the build know that I did the original paint. You're supposed to paint these body shells inside out. And my first attempt at that, I used a lacquer spray on the inside. I didn't want it to dry. I put it on it, and it melted all the paint. So I decided to go old school, paint it from the outside like you would a normal car, and this is how it turned out. All of the Terry decals, you can see them on here. Let me do a close-up on this. I mean, I like to show these warts and all when I do them. I mean, there are always bits that you wish you'd have done differently on these. This is my first RC big scale car. The decals, just absolutely brilliant decals from SDS. I mean, if everyone wants some bespoke ones doing, I'm going to be contacting them. One thing I didn't like about the kit was the stickers. All of this stuff is stickered. With hindsight, I should have taken more time and sprayed a lot of the black work on this rather than use the stickers that came with the kit, because more or less straight away after putting them on, they all started peeling. Now it's fully lit, both underneath and all the lights from. Can I spin this around? I haven't got it on the spin. I do apologise. Let me just spin this around. So we've got. There we go. It's Tamiya, by the way. This kit. Put autofocus back on. There we go. So, and from the rear, we've got the Kiss My Ass on the rear. You can't see that. There we go. And all the stickers, and I can control the lights from the remote control. Oops. She wants to go.
It's unusual for a Ford.
And there is a video on my channel of this going up and down. I'm going to keep on rattling on about it, because when I did the actual video, standalone video for this, nobody watched it. It got like 10
I did.
Oh, thank you, Paul. So I put the most effort into this out of a lot of the models that I've done. And then when you do a video and it doesn't get many views, you're quite depressed about it. But yeah, I did this in honour of Terry Thacker Hobby Barn. It's a cracking little kit. You get, I think it was £120 I paid for the actual kit. You get the motor, you get all the steering, all the suspension, the body shell, everything that you need to get this going. All you've got to add is a battery, and that's it. Off she goes. And obviously, get yourself a remote control. Again, thank you to Lord Peter for slinging this across to me. Been a great help during this, and gave me some good advice about things that I should get some aftermarket parts for, like the steering rods. I got aftermarket for that, and a thing called a servo saver for when this hits a wall, you don't break your suspension. It's just like a spring-loaded bit that you put on your servo. Just I'm wittering now, but that's it. That's my build for Hobby Barn, and that's one of the things I built this year. Also built this year. Let me turn the lights off, turn the power off. There we go. Going to bring something else out now that gave me easily the most pleasure of any model that I've built in the last 5 years. And no, it's not the Spitfire Mark 9, even though I thought that was a great kit. The one that really did it for me, I'm going to be careful now getting this down. There we go.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is not the Airfix Mark V Spitfire either.
Because it's not available anymore.
Which isn't available because I got the name wrong.
No, you got the name right. It's called a Spitfire.
It's that. And I've taken some flack for this, for saying what I've said about it. I think the 124 Stuka from Airfix, old school 70s mold, is an absolutely brilliant kit. And let me tell you why I think it's a brilliant kit. I think this is a brilliant kit because, A, the original mold for this, the original buck, was all handmade by a skilled craftsman. So every single part of this, not computer designed. Somebody had to make that wing part. Somebody had to make the wheel hub. Somebody had to make every single part of this by hand. And that, for me, deserves some credit, especially the way it fits together. Yes, it's got its fit issues, especially on the gull wings. You'll end up with gaps, but hey, you're a modeler. You can fill it. It's not a problem. Just crack on. And that actually gave me a lot of pleasure doing that. It's like I've actually put some work into it, a bit of craftsmanship like the original people who made the mold.
And it came with a stand.
And it came with a stand, which is great when you power things up. So this is fully powered and fully lit. Now, if I'd have had more time to prepare,
You only had a week.
I know.
Keep your
Be
fingers
gentle,
away
Scott.
from the rock, Greg.
I need to find the battery that I had for this, and it is around somewhere.
I might
Don't
just
want
add
to either
here.
way, but then keep your fingers clear of the prop.
Clear prop.
Oh,
No,
where are you?
No, he only does that with mosquito kits.
Okay.
Give me a second here, guys. Keep talking.
Is that Captain Scarlet laying down at the back?
It is.
I'm old.
Hello, Carl, who's joined us in chat.
Oh,
Evening, Carl.
Merry Christmas, Carl and Michelle.
Carl, Michelle, Merry Christmas. Right, here we go.
Contact.
I can't believe I haven't broken anything on this yet. Let me give you some close-ups.
The
on
day is young.
it really did. This is just no two ways about it. Gave me the most pleasure of any build I've ever done. So
Before you plug it in, you sure it's turned off?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Fingers!
Hang on a minute.
Oh, look at that.
What, has he chopped his fingers off already?
So there we go. We've got all the lights on. We have got nav lights. There we go.
Oh, you got the Jericho working too. I didn't see that before.
And the propeller's going.
Siren spinning.
And the siren's spinning because you can hear it. So yeah, there's even a little tiny motor for the Jericho horn there.
Careful.
Screen is. So yeah, if anyone wants a challenge as well as a great kit to build, 124 Stuka Dive Bomber from Airfix, just a classic kit, and that's just, you know, it sums up my year. I like to motorize things. I like to put lights in things, as does King Bob and a few other modelers out there. But this is just sublime. And I know one of my good friends, John Alec, has built this as well. And one of his comments were there's way more detail on this old kit than there is on the new Trumpeter 124 Stuka. So that, again, kudos to
it has been re-released.
Say again, mate.
It has been re-released.
This Stuka?
I think it had, pretty sure it was. And the P51D is coming out again.
P51D is one of the models that I am going to be getting and doing without a doubt. Obviously, I have to squirrel money away that the wife doesn't see to get these things. So that's me. That's my year. I mean, I finished the Spitfire Mark 9C. I think everyone and his dog has seen that because that was quite a popular video on the channel. There was the Panzer Mark IV as well that I did earlier on in the year. I won't bother bringing that out just yet. But it looks like that's all we're going to have joining us today. I'm happy. So happy.
King Bob's just brought out Terry's toy.
Ah, here we go. Let's go. Okay, blow us all away, Bob. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, this is the race car that Terry actually had. It was a 69 Camaro RS that he turned into a drag car called Terry's Toy. This is
Nice.
Absolutely
car
beautiful.
that he actually had. All we had was one blurry Polaroid to work off of.
Bob, did anyone manage to put a video together of all the builds from the US side?
Oh, that somebody should. I mean, Brian and Fred are kind of behind that group build. I don't know if they would be interested in doing it or not. But
There was like 30 or 40 builders over there doing hobby barn builds.
Yeah.
And I know across Europe there's a good 10, 20. And there's at least 10 in the UK that did a hobby barn build. But that's glorious.
Even Carl did one.
Yeah, I did several. I mean, I even did a P-47 that I put the Naughty Nurse on and made Terry Thacker the pilot. Honest name on the side of the plane.
Well, he was a pilot too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he sure was.
Well, I did do a norm. In fact, I'm going to get it out here. Because I was complaining about this one the other day. Hang on. So if I just go camera there. This is the... I did two builds for the Terry Thacker build-off. That's my little
right, you did too. Corvette.
I've got to be really careful with it because the glue hasn't held on this at all. Every time I touch it, something falls off. But this is fully lit as well. It's got lit up headlights. I won't bother putting them on because you'll see it in other videos.
The AMT or the Revell one?
This is the Revell, mate.
That's why it's not sticking together.
Have you had the same problem with this?
Some Revell plastics do not like glue.
See, I didn't have any problem with it.
Especially if you're using Tamiya extra thin on it.
Yeah, that's what I used.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't like it.
But
I
lovely little build.
The monogram, Revell monogram Pro Modeler version, which is the same plastic, same car body. Just had different extra detail add-on parts for it.
But it was a lovely kit for the price. I mean, I think I paid like 10 quid for it or something. And you get a lot of plastic for your 10 quid.
Yeah. I'm real happy with it. Actually, when I was at the last show, I bought another one. I've got another one in my stash to build.
And
Yeah,
I think
the Revell C8 is a great build.
I think in 2025 I am going to do some more vehicles. Hopefully.
Like shiny ones.
But I don't think I'll be getting Revell because that's put me off where the glue didn't stick. Because you put so much.
Get an AMT.
Well, AMT all the way. It's going to be. I've built AMT before, so. Yeah, guys, if you want to put links into your channels into the chat before we disappear, I'll keep going for another 5-10 minutes, see if any of the other gang turn up, and we'll get them in. But thank you, fellas, for joining me. I didn't expect anyone on at this crazy time in the UK, especially on a Boxing Day where people still recovering from yesterday's drinks and food extravaganza. I know I'm suffering with the old Brussels sprouts today.
There is one other thing that I've more or less finished.
Hang on.
Feeling a bit sheepish.
Is the sheep.
Is that for a farm diorama?
No, it's for something which it's actually to go alongside a Matador tank, a Matador truck. which I was painting the figures for. Wait a second. Again, earlier in the year, so the crew figures are more or less finished now. I've still got a few touch-ups to do.
Oh, that's ace. Can we get a close-up?
This is about as close as you can get with it because of the cam.
Yeah, I've got it.
Looks like he hit a pothole.
What have you used on that? Oils?
No, it's acrylics.
No way. Have you got the shading so good with acrylics?
It's down to the technique is called slap chop, and what you do is you start off with a figure that you prime in black, or you spray from the bottom black, you spray from the top grey, and then you dry brush white over the highest highlights from the top. You then thin your paints to a very thin consistency using something called glaze medium. And you apply one layer, let it dry, and then you build up. And of course, because there's 3 colours of primer on that, the darkest area sits in the shadows. So you get the natural shadows. And eventually it builds up in such a layer so you end up with the highlight.
That's fantastic, mate.
So you get the second highlights, and that allows you to see where you put an extra fine layer of highlights from when you finally finish laying down the base color to apply the highlights on.
That's how you do it.
That's
Awesome.
stunning.
And that's how you do it. The other time I did it was with the what's called Ratnik camouflage on this Soviet tanker.
I mean, I know with oils it's pretty straightforward, but I rarely see great results like that from acrylic.
Well, one of the other things I do is I actually paint miniature Napoleonic figures in 54mm scale. The Hysterex and the Nemrod, the resin single piece miniatures of Napoleonics, and I do them in oils. And I'm in the process of learning how to use the techniques I use with oils on using acrylics, because acrylics dry relatively quickly, whereas oils take months to dry.
Yeah.
So
beautiful. We got Lindsay joining us in chat. Yay! Merry Christmas, Lindsay.
Hi,
Merry Christmas, Lindsay.
Yeah, Merry
if you
Christmas.
fancy popping in, mate, I will extend the show. I'll put a link in the chat for you, buddy. Oh, Paul, what are you doing to us?
Showing off a dusty car.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Tell us about it, everybody.
That's the AMT 1/16 55 Chevy.
I've got the other one. I got the 57 convertible. We're sitting here ready to start on.
And I have the 55 Nomad as well.
No problem, Lindsay. I'll keep it going.
Yeah, I stuffed up the original bench seat, so I got some aftermarket buckets out of a 68 Monaro made for it.
I know somebody else has buckets.
Yeah, there's starting to be quite a few 3D parts available for this car.
Yeah, well, there's a company in Australia called Full Bore. He did the wheels for me, and the engine and the seats. So it's got a Mickey Thompson 454 in it.
Awesome.
And a HK Holden brake master cylinder. And aluminium exhaust pipes.
And half an inch of Australian dust.
Yep. And a Kiss My Ass sticker on the back window.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know, "kiss my ass" was a term of endearment that Terry used to like to use.
It is indeed.
He kiss his ass, and then he liked you.
We have seen some stunning kits this morning. I'm going to bring out one more until Lindsay gets here.
Oh, please take that face off the screen.
Phil.
Thank you.
Feel free to bring out more if you want, guys. I'm going to go to me for a second and show you the Fantasy 4 while we got with that. Right, let's go. I haven't even got this together properly. Just give me a second. Keep going down. There we go. So, here we go. I went way overboard on the weathering on this and then gave up. Because the main thing was to build my own scratch-built shirtson on this. This is a 1:15 scale, a very strange scale indeed, but it was quite popular in the 80s. Now you don't see them at all. All the old 1:15 kits, they are available on like places like eBay and other auction sites, going for just stupid money. This kit currently, the Bandai 1:15 Panzer IV, is around about 500 quid if you're looking on eBay. For a kit designed in the 80s, well, you know, if you've got one, keep it and keep it in the box. I wish I'd never built this now because the prices are going sky high, and thinking from a profit margin kind of thing. That's not true. I am happy I built it because I got some pleasure out of building it. It doesn't come with shirts, and all the shirts are aluminium, with all the holders for the shirts and brass, all soldered up. I don't know if I can get some close-ups on there. I have fully remote controlled it. It does come with its own motors and gearboxes for remote control, but the original remote control on this was corded, not like your RC that you get today. So I bought what they call Henlong. Tank people will know the Henlong brand. When I first started out, their stuff was absolutely diabolically awful. The circuit boards looked like they'd been soldered on by a two-year-old blind kid. So upgrading this with the latest Henlong stuff, which is actually pretty good. They rival Tamiya for the quality of their RC gear now. Let me take the lid off. Right. One thing I haven't done, I haven't put motors in for the turret. It's just motorized, so it goes backwards and forwards. But one thing I did find out with this, it is not actually designed to run on anything rough. If you're running it along your kitchen floor, fine, it's nice and smooth. But any kind of rough ground, your tracks immediately come off because all of this is plastic and none of it's sprung to keep it tight. The actual tensioner is just attached in, no spring on it, unlike your Tamiya ones, which have a full sprung tensioning system. And as you can see from where I've done the shirtson, I've tried to do it as accurate as I can, like the real ones. I mean, there were so many ways of attaching these during World War II. I've gone with the dragon's teeth method. All of that's brass little hoops that I made myself. All of this, like I say, it's soldered. The bar is soldered on to the little holders. And the same for the turret. But yeah, that's another one it's more or less finished. I don't think I'm going to do any more to this because I've already overdone it with the weathering and the Zimmerit effect that I've put on it as well. All the Zimmerit is, let me try and focus this. Focus, please, focus.
Not Ford Focus.
We've also been joined in chat by Philip Prime, and over in Prime Time. Hi, Philip. Merry Christmas to you. And Plastic Monkey. Hi, Plastic
Yay!
Morning.
Welcome everyone.
Evening, Monkey.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, Maggie. Merry Christmas.
So let me get rid of the MG. Try and get this on properly. There we go.
Ooh.
I'll bring Lord Lindsay in.
Beautiful.
Hello.
Lindsay, Merry Christmas.
Evening, Reggie.
Hey,
Hello.
Lindsay.
And I'll put
Merry
you back
Christmas,
on solo.
boss.
Oh, okay, I'll take you off solo now because you've shot solo the tank.
Lindsay, my friend, what have
Yeah.
we finished this year?
Oh wow. Hardly anything really.
Lindsay's got a Christmas light.
Lindsay has his tinsel around his Christmas light, yes.
I think this is the only one that I've finished, and plus the kit bash one. Well, half finished it. But there you go. Let's just move some of this rubbish out of the way.
Tell us all about it then, Linz.
Yeah, let me change my camera. Oh.
Warhammer has been huge this year on YouTube from the entire modelling community. I forget who started off the disease myself. Was it Carl who started all this off?
No. A lot of it was I sort of like Ross inspired me, and it just went on from there.
So it was Ross's fault.
Yeah.
Skill modelling ninja.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. Yeah. So yeah, this is the Valkyrie, 40k. And I've done a little bio on the bottom as well. It's got a detailed interior in it as well, but this is kind of stuck now, so it's kind of wedged in there. I don't want to pull it off in case I break the engines off, but yeah, there is a detailed interior in there. You can't see it.
The thing for me with these has been the weathering processes on them, and trying to take some of those weathering processes over to the World War II stuff that I do. And watching that has been just a joy to behold, watching you guys do the figures and the actual craft that go with the Warhammer stuff.
Yeah.
And another shocker was the prices. They're not all hysterically expensive. I mean, it was only the other week you showed me that huge kit that was like really, really cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be surprised, Terry. And this one is my kit bash. Oops. This is the kit bash one.
Excellent. I know kit bashing's just explode. Well, it's been going on for quite some time, but this year it's been more noticeable in the community with Kit Bash Carnage as well joining us. Some of his stuff is just amazing, and not taking anything away from that, Lindsay. That's cracking, mate.
Yeah, this
is
a
fuel tank in the as the body.
The body, the actual cylinder body is from a 124th MHAR tanker.
That's cool.
And the front is from a Storm Hawk. The wings and all the engines, they were all like separate pieces. Some from Storm Talon, some from Storm Hawk. The rear bit. This bit here is off a plane, and there's a couple of greebles on here from various tank parts.
I was going to say, which aircraft is the tailplane from?
I can't remember, to be honest.
It wasn't a Mosquito. It was something looks like the back end of a Mosquito, because that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. I think it was a Bolton. Not sure, something like that. I put bits of photo etch on it, grill bits from tank parts, little bits of photo etch that I had spare, which are these bits here. Also on the top of the wings, and that's just basically what it is, really. Brilliant. But this is going to go inside a dio, so yeah, I was happy with it. My first kind of kit bash out of spare boxes.
Well, it should be. It looks great, and we've got to remember that Star Wars fans out there. It's how all of the
Star Wars kits are built.
Movie kits were built. Just stunning.
For me, it's identifying the vehicle kits that you used. If I remember rightly, there's a set of photo etch grills in that I think actually come from a T-72 tank.
Yeah.
It is just amazing.
This is my second kit bash one that I'm doing. This the whole top part is all kit bashed. So this is the one I'm doing now. The engine fall off.
Battle damage.
So there's like all bits of greebles on it. I've got a tank turret on the top of here from a 40k tank. There's a couple of bolters that go on top of there. Little bits of greebles around there. So, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic, mate.
So that's my second kit bash. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I have completed some figures, but I just can't be bothered to drag them out the cabinet.
That's okay. So in 2025, you're going to be continuing with the kit bashing. Any sights on any actual full kits, normal kits that you're going to be building in 2025?
Yeah, I've got to finish off the aircraft carrier, which is the Graf Zeppelin, and also I've got to finish the Partworks Mallard to do, and also the Eddie Stobart truck, and I've got lots of other work in progress just sitting in drawers.
I know the Graf Zeppelin, there's an incredible amount of detail that's gone into that following your channel. If anyone hasn't seen it, head over to Lindsay's channel. Someone needs to drop a link into chat for me, please. The build progress on that is just stunning. I mean, it's one of the joys of YouTube watching that build.
Yeah, so I thought I'd just show you a couple of builds.
No, thank you, Lindsay, so much. How's your Christmas been, mate?
It's been fantastic, to be honest.
I can see you loving it with your tinsel around your light.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's nice. Okay, I think we're about done and dusted, unless anybody else wants to show anything. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. King Bob, I didn't expect you in a million years to be getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I haven't gone to bed yet. That's good.
Oh, so he hasn't got enough for it.
The life of a modeler. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Paul Price from Australia. Thank you, Scott from Tasmania, Australia. Thank you, Panzercat from the wilds of Scotland. And my mate just made it in time. Thank you, Lindsay, for taking time out of your day to join me this morning. Thank you, everyone. Have a great new year. And I hope the rest of your Christmas is super fine. I'm back at work tomorrow. And I'm working all over the new year as well. So I will post up in the community tab next time I'm going live. This has been the Show and Tell Show Christmas special. Let me bring up the outro if I can find it. So 2024, we did it. I'll be editing this one down as well, don't forget, and putting it up in a Dropbox. So if you guys who've joined me on the panel want to put the same video out on your channel, absolutely free of charge, you can do.
Just before we go, we were joined by Athol at 9:10. So hi, Athol.
Athol. Right, let's all wave goodbye. Have a great Christmas, everyone. We're out of here. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Makers, the final frontier. These are the adventures of the YouTube channel Little History. Its eternal mission to explore strange new models, to seek out new kits and new brands. To boldly go where no scratch build has gone before.